Hello friends, in this video we are going to see how to solve a quadratic equation using C program. So first we will include the necessary libraries. The syntax for including the necessary libraries is #include stdio.h. This includes standard input output libraries. Next we are going to include math libraries. For math libraries are the libraries in which we can perform the mathematical operations like square root and other things where we need not write the complete code. Those code will be included in the libraries, and standard libraries are necessary. It is part of the syntax like stdio. Some standard libraries are also need to be included. For that we are including stdlib.h. In case we are not included any of the libraries, we will be thrown the corresponding error, and then using that error we can include those libraries. Usually after writing that in Java we will be writing public static void main. Here we are writing int main. So if void main means we need not return any value. The value return will be nothing. In int main, because of that, in finally when we see here return 0, we are returning the value 0 because it is asking for returning a value. Next, quadratic equations are equations in which the values, the roots of the equation can be real, imaginary, or simply 0. So real 0 is part of the real number, however. So real and imaginary. So for that we are defining the variables as double. There are different types of categories of in which the variables can be defined: integers, double, floating point numbers. So these are some categories of numbers in which we can define the variables. So here we are defining by double. Double because it will has a large array, that is a large value. We can store larger value here. So printf. So first we are asking, we just welcoming the user to the program. Welcome to solving the quadratic equation program. Next we are telling about which program he has entered into. So ax square plus bx plus c. Next please enter the coefficient of x square, that is a variable. Next we are asking for entering the coefficient of x, b. Next we are asking into the coefficient of c, and finally we are so printf. These things are printf. These are printing the something, the message which we are telling. Scanf is it will ask for the input of the value. So in scanf there are percentage d is there, percentage lf is there. So percentage in some programs, the percentage d means that will indicate for double value. Here in this program percentage lf is there. So lf means long floating value. So lf and a. So for the a values, those the declared values we are using, variables we are using here, double a, b, c, those variables we are using here for scanf. In scanf, 3 variables we are asking in as an input, and then after we are confirming that the entered equation is this equation. And here if you see the in the confirmed entered equation is I have used an escape character // is and then used parenthesis. So if I use that sort of thing, means that is a escape character. So the next variable will be printed as such. And finally if we see /t we are using, that means yet a space will be included there. Next we are determining the determinant value b square minus 4ac. So and then printf, the determinant value is this value. We are telling the what value we have calculated. If the determinant value is going to be greater than or equal to 0, then we are going to tell like we are going for the next step. Greater than or equal to 0 means the roots are real. B square minus 4ac means the roots are real. The roots come under the category of natural numbers, and it is not a imaginary number. Real numbers, that is real numbers, and it will be calculated. So d2 is equal to square root of det, the variable det, and then y1 is equal to minus b plus d2 by 2a. y2 is equal to minus b minus d2 by 2a. Next we are printing the roots of the quadratic equation are real, and they are these two, y1 and y2. Next, if the determinant value is less than 0, we are saying d2 is equal to square root of minus 1 into determinant. This why we are doing is, it is the same value. The determinant value is going to be same. The determinant value is going to be the same det value only, but we are just in order to print the value, we are just going to add the I variable, I value. We are going to add I next to this det value, so that we will indicate that it is an imaginary number. So d2 is equal to, for that we are converting the det value into a positive value. So d2 is equal to square root of minus 1 into det, and then c3 is equal to d2 by 2a. Same like that place. Similar to y1 and y2, and we are here just taking the one value alone, we are taking it, and the square root value we are dividing it by 2a, b square minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That value we are storing it as c3. Next we are going in for r4. R4 is minus b by 2a. So we have segregated the total value as determined, total root of the equation as real and imaginary part. The coefficient of imaginary part is going to be c3, and the coefficient of the real part is going to be r4. Next we are going to print out like the roots of the quadratic equation are complex, and they are these two values. We are going to use the percentage LF and percentage LFI. So minus percentage LF, percentage LF and minus percentage LFI. So here if you see R4 C3 R4 C3, we are going to print out the same values, and we are going to, here in the before the imaginary part there is plus, here the before the imaginary part there is a minus. So this is the way in which this program is written. Okay, so minus b, this minus is there because this is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4a by 2a, 4ac by 2a. So, and finally we are closing the curling braces which we have opened before the loops, that if loop and the else loop, and then finally return value is there, and finally we are closing the loop. This is how we write the C program, and this is how we solve the quadratic equation. And next we have to go to the command prompt. In order to, after we have to save this program first, so we will save this program, and then we are going to go to the command prompt. Here in my case it is terminal. In MS-DOS it might be like a command prompt. So there we are going to go, and then we are going to run the program. So based on, if you see how to run the program means, in each case it might differ. In Mac OS it is clang the program name quad equation.c, and then -o, that is for output file, how the output file needs to be there after the compiler runs it. So there we are going to give quad equation. We are going to click on enter, and then we see that we are getting only a warning here, that is the warning can be ignored. It will, as long as it doesn't affect the program. The warning should also try to be fixed anyhow. And then we are going to run the compiled version. So for that we are going to use dot slash the compiled program name. So call name, and then it will going to ask, welcome to solving the quadratic equation program ax square plus bx plus c. Please enter the coefficients. We are going to enter the coefficients now. We will see how simply we will first give x square minus 1 equal to 0. We will check for this one. So here x square minus 1 equal to 0. If we see coefficient of a is x square is 1, and coefficient of x is 0, and coefficient of c is minus 1. So x square minus 1 equal to 0. The entered equation is confirmed and determinant value is 4. The roots are given as 1 comma minus 1. So 1 dot 0 0 0 and minus 1 dot 0 0 0. So the roots are confirmed. These are the roots of the equation. And then we are going to check for another value. So x square minus 1 equal to 0, that is x square equal to 1, therefore x is equal to plus or minus 1. So that is done. So the real equation is been confirmed. Next we are going to check for another equation. Say x square plus 5x plus 6. So x square plus 5x plus 6 means the coefficients are 1, 5 and 6. So x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 6 equal to 0. So x plus 3 and x plus 2. So x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 2 are the roots of the equation. So these values needs to be printed now. See, minus 3 and minus 2 are the roots of the equation. Next we are going to go for the complex thing. So complex we are going to check for the values. So for complex we can simply check for x square equal to minus 1. So x square equal to minus 1 means x square plus 1 equal to 0. So we will run the program. A is 1, b is 0, and then c is going to be 1. So here the roots of the quadratic equation are complex, and they are 0 plus I and 0 minus I. This is confirmed. This is how this program is run. And thanks a lot for watching.